So I thought it'd be interesting for me to go through one of the personality types in Decode Your Personality by Dr. Dario Nardi. I'm going to look at the INTJ Essentials. This is on page 193 if you would like to follow along. I'm just going to read the paragraph as I draw out what it looks like. Why? I think it will be helpful for you to see, and maybe it'll give you a different understanding of the personality type. Maybe I'll draw some other pictures. And I am not a skilled artist. That's okay. It helps us understand what we're talking about. I'm gonna draw some pictures. Yeah, so this is dumb. INTJs are abstract, self-directed thinkers. So I'm thinking like I was gonna make them happy. INTJs can be happy. It's possible. They are, I know, but maybe not like that happy as a, All right, abstract, so maybe abstract, self-directed thinkers. Interesting. So maybe like, it's an introverted function, introverted intuition, that's the dominant function. So it would be applying to your own personal understanding of the world, of reality, based off your unconscious mind and the different perspectives and frames and viewpoints that come out for INTJs this is not in the paragraph, this is your brain. FP2, this region up here on the right side, this is my right side, is your open-ended CEO, as Dr. Dario Nardi calls it. And it's basically like being open to more information coming in, which makes sense because it's a perceiving function. So it's gathering information, it's taking in information, as opposed to directing it to make a decision. It's also interesting that the brain state that is most connected with introverted intuition, the dominant function for INTJs, is this meditative Zen-like state where your whole brain is sifting slowly through and waiting to congeal on an insight. So it's pretty cool. That is a beautiful brain. INTJs, you have a beautiful brain. You love it. They have a drive for self-mastery to make the most of what they can achieve. Self-mastery. Do you know what I'm drawing? This is a person. Yay. This is a person. Yay. This is a person. Yay. And they're all me. Me as an INTJ. Always competing against yourself to improve. This is something that's really common with NT types in general, is self-mastery. And I've seen it a lot with INTJs in my life as well. Self-mastery to make the most of what they can achieve. So that's likely, a little nod to extraverted thinking, which I call the commander, as a personified cognitive function. The commander is about achieving things, checking things off the list, accomplishing your goals, efficiency, effectiveness. And this is the auxiliary function for INTJs. For introverted intuition, I don't even know where to write this. I call it the mystic, and this is generally the image that I would use or that I see a lot too. It's about scrying into the future, different perspectives, seeing things in other ways, and tapping into the unconscious mind, which is super duper cool if you ask me. Do I erase this? I don't know. They have a talent to calculate far ahead and see deep reasons behind things. Let's see. This is the INTJ. Oh, yes. And I'm thinking this is the vision going to this place. This is where all things congeal, right, into this one point. It's not expansive, explosive ideation like extroverted intuition. The mystic is, again, seeing where things are going and then using extroverted thinking to interact with that and create maybe goals or a structure or a system to help make sure that it either to make sure that it happens or to make sure that it happens smoothly. I'm not really sure. I would imagine if you talk to an INJ, it's less about making it happen and it's more about well, this is what is going to happen, so I'm going to prepare for it, or I'm going to make it happen more smoothly and see the deep reasons behind things. Okay, so this is behind, behind the goal. I'm gonna clear it. Sorry. They think in terms of concepts, evidence, efficiency, systems, and strategies. Do I draw that? All right, so they think in terms of concepts. Maybe I wanted something different, but this is where, a light bulb, insights, ideas, evidence, ooh, maybe magnifying glass, efficiency, 1 to 2 to 3. It's a bigger thought bubble for sure. Systems, oh God, okay. Got another thought bubble over here. How about like this, into this, okay? So some sort of like flow chart and strategies. Here we go. Okay. That is the mind of an INTJ. Do you agree? If you're an INTJ, is that what's going on in your head? INTJs build a vision and take steps to realize progress towards their goals. Okay, so you have this vision, and then, oh, that's a beautiful footstep. Or chicken. Your mind is not as filled with chicken as mine is, probably. Okay, footsteps towards achieving these big goals. They like to stay independent and are invariably at the leading edge. The leading edge. IT. No. I don't know. Maybe this is you. Independent. I'm sorry, I'm gonna draw you by yourself. And I know that's not an accurate representation. What are these people? Oh no! It's a third leg. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. And what did I say? Stay independent and are invariably at the leading edge. I think so we could say eventually people are going to catch up to the thoughts, the ideas, and the movement that the INTJ has created, right? You can think of an inventor, some sort of entrepreneur, INTJs, and they have these ideas, like this is where technology is going, this is where science is going, this is where our ideas should be in order for bringing forward, I can't think of the word, like progress, the human race, progressing the human race, or technology, or whatever their core underlying desires are. And NI has this vision for where things are going, right? And again, TE, extroverted thinking, is helping you take those steps or making sure that it truly does happen. A lot of effort in delegating tasks and structuring, setting out timelines. Their secret is creative flow. So in a recent interview with Dario, we talked about the differences between introverted intuition and extroverted intuition with creativity. This was an INFJ and INFP video, but it's still, it's NI and NE, the mystic and the explorer, as I call extroverted intuition. And this creative flow, how do I draw this? Okay. Here we go. It's a door. It's shut. It's not because the INTJ door slam or anything like that. It's the door is shut. The lights, ooh, this is a light. The lights are off. There's silence. There's time, lots of time. Okay, it's not like just sit down for 10 minutes at 2 o'clock and work on your stuff. It's like I need to allow my mind to get into the state that is necessary to bring forth these insights. And that comes from that creative flow. It's not something that you just turn on. As someone who works with neurolinguistic programming and activating states and different parts of yourself, there are plenty of ways in order to activate different theta waves and stuff like that. I have finger triggers, anchors set up. So if I touch these two together, it activates a bunch of different emotional states that I want to have, like excitedness, curiosity, more energy. And if I touch these together, it puts me into a trance because I've done a lot of self-hypnosis and I've done other hypnosis with other people. And when I'm in a deep state of hypnosis, I touch those fingers together. So it's triggered, it's anchored. I'm not going to do it now because you don't want to just watch me like zonk out. So there are ways of easing in to that state. And I imagine those would be really helpful for INTJs. It's probably like for INFPs, we don't have many mentors that teach us how to do our personality type. It's like we don't have people that are like, this is how you elicit your values and what's important to you and then structure your life in accordance to your values. And this is how you deal with endless ideas and extroverted intuition. This is how you actually like maintain progress and have a step-by-step action set, right? A task list that is not overwhelming, it's not restricting. So INTJs, I doubt that you have too many mentors that are saying, well, if you want to get into a deep trance and allow your unconscious mind to work with you, this is how you do it. You know, I'm sure you've learned some tips and tricks on your own. But it's probably pretty important. Yeah. They can find it hard to let go, to interact freely with others. We'll go back here. Extroverted sensing as your inferior or aspirational function. This is what I call the adventurer. And what do I use for that? Oh, I use fire. This is fire. It's present moment. It's maybe passionate about life. It's immediate. It's the adventurer. It's about engaging in reality. And that is quite a contrast to the mystic, right? The mystic is taking a step back, looking, observing, seeing how things are. I imagine them like an elf hunter climbing up a tree or something like that and tracking some prey, or just observing and questioning, understanding how nature has come to this point. And then the adventurer is like, I'm just going to get my swords and run in there and experience life and see what this thing really is firsthand with my senses. And that, my friend, can be quite difficult. So I hope it was interesting looking at this way of understanding. It's on this side. It's backwards for me. I hope it was interesting looking at this way of understanding INTJs and cognitive functions and how they interact. It was fun for me to draw. I don't do it too often, but I'm actually working on getting better at drawing images like this to explain things. So let me know if any of these resonated with you. If you want to know more about INTJs, check out this video over here. Good luck, have fun. Peace.